Hi, we're going to give this a go again. We're having a little technology issue right now. Hopefully it's settled. But I do want to thank you for joining me for this time of devotion. So we're going to begin with two scriptures. First, 2 Timothy 2:15. Do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who has no need to be ashamed, rightly handling the word of truth. And next, Titus 2:7. Show yourself in all respects to be a model of good works, and in your teaching show integrity and dignity. The definition of a leader is a person who leads, directs, commands, or guides. A leader is in charge and makes things happen. He dreams dreams and makes them a reality. A leader enlists others and causes a voluntary commitment of followers. So today we want to talk about leaders and what kind of leader are you? So I'm going to read you some definitions based on animals for leaders, some descriptions, and see if you can find yourself in one of these animals. So the first one is a chicken, a leader who is weak, does not have courage to make difficult decisions and stand up for what is right. A leader who runs around with his head cut off. A leader that gets as mad as a wet hen, often losing his temper and saying unkind things. Next, a mule, a leader who is stubborn, always having to have their own way, who kicks and balks and does not cooperate, not a part of the team, not pulling their share of the load. A giraffe, a leader who has his head in the clouds, way above his followers, a leader who has grand ideas and plans but never follows through. A lion, a leader who considers himself or herself king of the jungle and has a problem with ego and demands authority. Next, a workhorse, a leader who works all of the time to the detriment of his or her well-being and the detriment of his followers and his family and friends as well. This leader is not willing to delegate because no one else will do it as well as they think they can. A leader who misses opportunities to allow others to assist, and when we do that, other people cannot be as competent as they need to be. A bear, a leader who's roaming around, growling, shining, hibernating, a leader who's like a bear with a sore head, disgruntled, peevish, and ill-tempered. A swan, a leader that considers himself so regal and wonderful that all they feel like they need to do is to look good and expect everybody else to do the work. A cat, a leader who is nosy, getting in other people's business, a leader that gossips and is critical, a leader that plays cat and mouse with their followers. A monkey, a leader that is seldom serious, always tries to be cute and funny, whose attitude becomes tiresome and hinders his relationships. Kind of a monkey see, monkey do attitude, a leader that lacks common sense. A mouse, a leader who's a pest, skittering around, making a nuisance of himself. An ostrich, a leader who has his or her head in the sand and never sees difficulties or needs and does not care and does not assist. A snake, a leader who is disloyal and deceptive. A dog, a leader who barks orders to his or her followers and barks orders in your meetings. A badger, a leader who badgers and pesters people that they try to enlist. A turtle, a leader who is so slow that often the needed work never gets done. A fish, a leader who is very often caught in a hot kettle of fish, always in trouble, no common sense, a fish out of water, hopping around but going nowhere. A lamb, a leader who is gentle and kind but not forceful enough to really lead people. A chameleon, a leader who changes colors and agrees with whoever they're talking to at the time, a leader who has trouble making hard decisions. And lastly, a beaver, a leader who's always raring to go, eager to start at whatever needs to be done, a leader who works like a beaver, rapidly, steadily, persistently, and gets the job done. Being a good leader is hard work, but with God's help, we can do it and do it well. Good leaders should be responsible, reliable, caring, compassionate, understanding, decisive, willing to work and prepare, and have good common sense. Christian leaders should also show the fruit of the Spirit. Galatians 5:22 and 23 reads, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law." In closing, we read 1 John 3:22, "And whatever we ask from him, because we keep his commandments, we should do what pleases him." Do what pleases God. We make choices in how we lead, and our leadership should be pleasing to God. How we treat others and love others should also be pleasing to God. Remember that our staff is praying for you daily. Please contact us if you have any needs or you know of needs in our community. Call the church office and let us know how we can get in touch with those people and what we can do to help. We look forward to the day that we can gather again as a church family inside this Fairview building. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and thank you.